stress has become an unavoidable reality of today's life. Whether we are students, working professionals, or homemakers, we live through loads of stress which affects our physical and mental health. But we say that our mind is a mean machine and it can do wonders. Then why do we struggle with stress? Let us try to uncover this mystery about our minds. Welcome to the third video of Mind the Mean Machine series. What happens to the performance of your smartphone if you keep opening new applications or tabs without closing the used ones? It starts responding slow and ultimately the phone will get stuck. This is what happens with our minds when we have so many unfinished tasks at hand. In psychology, there is a theory related to this phenomenon and it is called the Zeigarnik effect. Zeigarnik effect explains the tendency of our minds to keep on reminding us about the unfinished task and to let go of the task once we complete them. A Russian psychologist, Bluma Zeigarnik, noticed that waiters could keep track of 15 to 20 orders and unpaid meals, which looked like a superpower. And once the orders were filled and paid for, the same waiters could not recall the detailed information about the orders. Now, being a psychologist, she was intrigued and she investigated it further, and that is how this methodology was born. Research shows us that our mind hates unfinished tasks and it incites psychic tension in us. When a task is incomplete, the mind is in an uncomfortable condition. The mind keeps nagging about it so that we finish it, and once the task is completed, our mind lets go of it from its system and returns to its comfortable condition. The thoughts about the unfinished task will be running through our conscious and subconscious minds in a never-ending loop. And these thoughts will drain our energy without us being aware of it. When these thoughts pile up, we find ourselves stressed and we feel like we are living under a mountain of stress. The best way to overcome this is to have a plan and a system for all our unfinished tasks. We could write it up in a diary as a to-do list or keep an Excel sheet. And by doing this, we are telling or convincing our mind that there is nothing to be worried about and there is a plan for the unfinished work. In a way, with our plans, we offload our mind's work, which will certainly help it relax. There is one more factor that leads to having an extensive list of unfinished tasks. We often take too much on our plate and we end up as jugglers juggling our works. And we call it multitasking. But we must understand that as we add more juggling balls into our act, the more challenging it is to balance them all. So next time you feel stressed, think of Zeigarnik effect. I'm sure it will help you manage stress better. And remember, always try to be the best version of yourself.